It was with sadness that I learned yesterday that from Bob Fleet that Debbie Wright died, and I want to say a few words about Debbie. Debbie was my first girlfriend. When I was 13 years old, we were at a Christmas play at the Luster's Gate Bible Church, which sat at the gate of the beautiful Luster's Gate in the Roanoke Valley, at the foot of Roanoke Mountain, in the beautiful, lonesome rolling hills of southwestern Virginia. Actually, at that point, they're mountains and just hauntingly beautiful. And there was a choir, and Debbie was in the choir, and she had on a white robe, and I believe a little circular silver device to signify a halo. And I told my mom, I think it was that very night, I said, "Mom, I want Debbie Wright to be my girlfriend." And my mom said, "Well, honey, she sure looked like an angel, and she sang like an angel." And later, I got to sing for her. I was playing the guitar as a young boy, and I had a K guitar my mom and dad had bought for me at Kittinger's guitar store in Christiansburg, and I go up the right hill. That's where you come out of Blacksburg and go on a beautiful hill, and then in that plateau you go down the winding Luster's Gate Road down to Luster's Gate, Virginia, and I would go up to her house and sit with her, and Bob would be there, and Richard Fleet, David Fleet, and I would serenade Debbie. And moved to Virginia, from Virginia to Tennessee with my mom and dad around 1970, and I came back in the summer after my 9th grade year and got to see her again. I won't get too graphic about this, but I had a double date with David Fleet and I believe her adopted sister, and we were in the back. I got to kiss her in the back of a 1964 Volkswagen. Nothing else happened. We were good Christian children, but she was one great kisser. I stayed in somewhat touch with her down through the years, and kind of makes me feel my mortality. She was a very sweet, very kind person. I understand she retired. That's her, if I remember correctly, her husband died a few years ago. So what I wanted to do is, since I had serenaded her and I know she loved music, I wanted to play a few of the hymns of Old Virginia from the high lonesome mountains. First one I want to play is, I think, very appropriate. This is Carter Stanley's "Let Me Rest on a Peaceful Mountain." Let me rest on a peaceful mountain in the sea, the harvest are sown, where the wild birds nest, the good old summertime, on a mountain near my home, sweet home. Thoughts come back to childhood, old time memories return to me. Let me rest on a peaceful mountain in the hills of my home, sweet home. Let me rest on a peaceful mountain in the hills of my home, sweet home. And this is another song Carter wrote. Carter Stanley and Ralph Stanley lived about 75 or 80 miles from us near the Clinch Mountain, closer to my granddaddy and grandmother. on both sides of my family. This is probably my all-time favorite gospel song. This is Carter's "The Harbor of Love." Come in time, great judgment morning, the angels will welcome home. Will you be prepared? Journey to heaven, great ship that carries God's chosen one's home. Now the water rolls deep on the river of Jordan. Sunshine so bright from heaven above. Midnight is past and the new day is dawning. The great ship will land. Harbor of love, the great ship will land in the harbor of love. Have you wandered in sin, away from God's teaching, ask Him to show you the way, fall down on your knees in the chapel next morning, meet with your friends, heavenly one day. Now the water rolls deep on the river of Jordan. Sunshine so bright from heaven above, from heaven above. In the midnight is past, the day is dawning. The great ship is land. Harbor of love, the great ship will land in the harbor of love. Rest in peace, Debbie. Sing with the angels. And Carter Stanley's right up there with you. Tell him I said howdy, and I hope to get to meet him soon.